Today we will discuss about unit 4. That is a steam condenser. In case of steam power plant, a steam condenser is another most important component. After the steam turbine, next component of steam power plant is steam condenser. Previously we discussed 3 units. In 3 units, we discussed the operating cycle of the steam power plant, and in second unit we discussed about the steam boilers, and third unit we discussed about steam nozzles and steam turbines. Later the steam flows from steam turbine to the next device, that is steam condenser. In case of steam condenser, we have to condense the exhaust steam from the steam turbine. That is the exhaust steam. The exhaust steam we are receiving from the steam turbine. We are receiving the generated steam. Generated steam from the boiler we are receiving in the turbine section. After utilizing its energy in the turbine, we are introducing that exhaust steam from the steam turbine into the steam condenser. In case of steam condenser, these are the different functions of the steam condenser. Why we are locating the steam condenser in the steam power plant is, with the help of steam condenser only, we can create the phase change. We can convert steam into liquid for next cyclic operation. First function is to reduce the turbine exhaust pressure so as to increase the specific output and hence increase the plant efficiency and decrease the specific steam consumption. The specific steam consumption decreases. There is no steam condenser, automatically that exhaust steam releasing into the outside atmosphere or that exhaust steam is wasted. In order to recirculate that exhaust steam by converting it into water, we are decreasing the pressure of the steam and we are decreasing the temperature of the steam. Generally we are maintaining the 2 different pressures in the steam power plant. One is highest pressure is in the boiler section, lowest pressure is in the condenser section. The lowest pressure in the condenser section we are maintaining based on the expansion process of the steam in the steam turbine. During the expansion of steam in the steam turbine, we are getting the lowest pressure in the steam condenser. To condense the exhaust steam from the turbine and reuse it as pure feed water. Generally, we are converting that exhaust steam into a condensate mixture. That condensate mixture is the pure feed water to the boiler. After condensation process, we are sending that feed water to the boiler section as a makeup water. As a makeup water, enables removal of air and other non-condensable gases from the steam. Based on the type of condenser or based on the effectiveness of the condenser, we are removing the exhaust gases and air in the condensate mixture. After condensation, we are not completely converting the exhaust steam into water. If it is possible, that is 100% efficiency condensation process, efficiency condenser. And practically, we are not having 100% efficient condensers. So, we are removing the air and non-condensable gases in the condensation process. Because of that, we can improve the heat transfer rate between the hot fluid and cold fluid. For condensation process also, we have to maintain 2 different fluids. One is hot fluid and second one is cold fluid. Hot fluid exchanges its heat to the cold fluid. Here, cold fluid is, we are sending the one cooling medium to the condenser section for condensation process, and we are reducing the temperature of hot fluid as steam. That exhaust steam we are considering as hot fluid, and we are sending the cooling medium, that is we are considering as cold fluid. Between these 2 fluids, the exchange takes place in the condenser section. After condensation process, we are removing the heat from the exhaust steam, and exhaust steam is converting into water. For that purpose, okay, we are using different elements. Okay, that elements of the condenser condensation plant. Okay, one is condenser, second one is air extraction pump, third one is condensate extraction pump, fourth one is cooling water circulating pump, fifth one is hot well, and sixth one is cooling tower, and seventh one is makeup water and boiler feed pump. These are the different elements of the condensing plant. Initially, we are receiving the condensate mixture, exhaust stream from the steam turbine. Okay, as a exhaust stream, okay, the steam enters into the condenser section. Okay, later, with the help of air extraction pump, okay, during the condensation process, that air or uncondensable gases we are sending out, and for that purpose also we are using the pump, air extraction pump, for creating the vacuum pressure inside the condenser. And in case of condensate extraction pump, okay, after condensation process, that condensate mixture we are sending to the boiler section as a feed water. Okay, and we are circulating the cooling water with the help of a cooling water circulating pump in order to reduce the temperature of hot fluid, that is the exhaust stream. Okay, hot well. After condensation, okay, that water, that exhaust stream is converting into condensate mixture. That condensate mixture is stored in the hot well. Okay, as a hot water, we have stored that condensate mixture in the hot well section. Okay, cooling tower. Continuously, we are sending the cooling water from condensation process to the condensing plant with the help of a cooling tower. The function of cooling tower is it always sends the cooling water, always supplying the cooling water to the condensing plant for condensation purpose. Okay, third one, next one is makeup water pump. Makeup water means if any cooling water requirement is there for condensing the remaining quantity of exhaust steam, okay, we are supplying the makeup water. And boiler feed pump. After complete condensation, okay, we are sending the condensate mixture or hot water to the boiler section with the help of a boiler feed water pump. Okay, with the help of boiler feed water pump, we are sending the condensate mixture or hot water to the boiler section for next cyclic generation of the steam. Okay, after sending the hot water to the boiler section, in the boiler section we are generating the steam. That generated steam again enters the steam turbine and produces some work output, and again enters into the condenser section as exhaust steam. Okay, in that manner we are repeating the steam power plant operating cycle. In cyclic manner we are producing the work output. Okay, so these are the different elements of the condensing plant. Okay, we require for converting the exhaust steam, okay, that is under low pressure and low temperature into hot water. As hot water, we are converting that exhaust steam with the help of a condensing plant. Okay, see, these are the elements of the condensing plant. Okay, arrangement of the condensing plant you can see. Okay, from the cooling tower, we are sending the hot water to the cooling tower, and that hot water is continuously spraying in the cooling tower. And in the cooling tower, we are reducing the temperature of sprayed water. Okay, this hot water we are receiving from the condenser section. Why? Because during the condensation process, exhaust stream temperature decreases and cooling medium temperature increases. Okay, the cooling medium enters the cooling tower and rejects its heat to the outside atmosphere. Then automatically, the cold water is again sent back to the condenser section for next cyclic operation. Okay, with the help of cooling water pump, we are sending the cooling water to the condenser section. Okay, inside the condenser, heat exchange takes place between the cooling medium to the exhaust stream. Okay, makeup water pump we are using in order to make up the less quantity of water. Okay, see, during the condensation process, we are removing the air in the condenser section for maintaining the vacuum pressure in the condenser. After the expansion of steam, in the steam condenser section, that steam having very low pressure. Okay, at that pressure, okay, if the steam needs to flow from steam turbine to the steam condenser, we have to maintain very lowest pressure than the low pressure in the steam turbine. Okay, so we have to maintain vacuum pressure inside the condenser. Then only the exhaust steam after expansion in the steam turbine having less pressure. Okay, at that low pressure, it is flowing from steam turbine to the condenser section because of that creating vacuum pressure in the condenser section. If there is no vacuum pressure inside the condenser, then we are unable to made to flow the exhaust steam from the steam turbine to the steam condenser. Okay, after creating the vacuum pressure inside the condenser with the help of air extraction pump, okay, that steam enters the steam condenser, and during the condensation process we are getting the condensate mixture. That condensate extraction pump sends the condensate mixture to the hot well. Okay, in the hot well we are having hot water, and that hot water we are sending to the boiler section. Okay, that is our main objective. Okay, the objective of condensing plant is it needs to send the feed water, hot water as a feed water to the boiler section. Okay, for that purpose we are rejecting the steam temperature with the help of a cooling medium. After that, after reducing the steam temperature, we are converting that steam into water phase change inductors. Exhaust steam is converting into hot water. Hot water is sent back to the boiler section with the help of a boiler feed water pump. Okay, this is the schematic arrangement of the steam condensing plant. Okay, with the help of these elements used in the steam condensing plant, only we can send the hot water to the boiler section for next cyclic operation, for next cyclic generation of the steam. Okay, next. The advantages of a condenser. Why we are locating the condenser in the steam power plant? What is the necessity of arrangement of the condenser in the steam power plant components? What is the necessity to involve the working of condenser in the steam power plant? Okay, it increases the work output per kilogram of steam supplied to the power plant. It also reduces the specific steam consumption. See, it increases the work output and reduces the steam consumption. Okay, in steam power plant, generally if there is no steam, we are unable to produce the work output. Okay, with the help of condenser device, we can increase the specific work output. Okay, we can increase the work output by reducing the steam consumption. Okay, that means we have availability of steam, then we can easily produce the more work output in a steam power plant. Okay, it improves the thermal efficiency of the power plant. Okay, if the availability of steam increases, then automatically thermal efficiency increases. It affects the saving in cost of water to be supplied to the boiler since the condensate is returned to the boiler section. Okay, we are return the condensate mixture to the boiler section as a feed water. So we can reduce the requirement of the water supply. Cost of water softening plant is also reduced since pure feed water is available for the boiler section. Okay. In cyclic manner, we are reusing the condensate mixture as a feed water. So we can reduce the softening of water plant. Okay, these are the different types of condensers we have to use in the steam condensing plant. Okay, all condensers function is same. Objective is same. What is that objective? That objective is we have to reduce the temperature of the exhaust steam, and we have to convert that exhaust steam into feed water. Okay, first one is according to the type of flow. Okay, we are using the parallel flow condenser, counter flow condenser, and cross flow condensers. Parallel flow condenser means both hot fluid and cold fluid having same direction of flow. And counter flow and cross flow means in counter flow heat exchanger or counterflow arrangement of the two fluids. Okay, the two fluids having the opposite direction of flow. Okay, in case of cross flow, okay, both fluids are flowing perpendicular to each other. Okay, in that manner we are increasing the heat transfer rate between the hot fluid and cold fluid according to the cooling action. Based on the cooling action also we can classify the condensers. Jet condensers are mixing. Jet condensers are mixing type of condensers, and low level parallel flow jet condensers, low level counter flow jet condensers, high level jet condensers. These are the different types of jet condensers. Low level parallel flow, low level counter flow, high level jet condensers. Okay, ejector type of jet condensers also another one. And surface condensers are non-mixing type of condensers. Non-mixing means mixing of exhaust stream with the cooling medium. That is the meaning of mixing. Okay, during the mixing also heat exchange takes place from hot fluid to the cold fluid. Okay, first one is down flow, and second one is central flow, third one is inverted flow, fourth one is evaporative type of surface condenser, fifth one is regenerative type of condenser. Okay, in that manner we have to discuss all these working principles of different types of condensers. Okay, always you have to remember, okay, the objective of the steam condenser. What is the objective of steam condenser? It converts the exhaust steam into condensate mixture. Okay, that condensate mixture is called as hot water. Condensate mixture is called as hot water. Okay, that hot water we are sending to the boiler section as a feed water. Okay, next. See the working principle of jet condensers. In jet condensers, exhaust steam and cooling water come in direct contact. Exhaust steam and cooling water come in direct contact. That is the meaning of mixing. Mixing of two fluids. Hot fluid is exhaust steam and cold fluid is cooling water. And mix up together. Okay, exhaust steam and cooling water mix up together. Okay, thus the final temperature of condensate and cooling water leaving the condenser is same. Okay, during the mixing process, final temperature of mixing. Mixing means after mixing the substance we are calling as condensate. Okay, that mixing temperature, final temperature of condensate is same to the cooling water leaving the condenser. Okay, is same. The mixing temperature is same. Okay, sir. Okay, such type of condensers generally we are using for small power plants. Okay, it can be used when cooling water is cheaply and easily available. Okay, the availability of cooling water is more than on that type of steam condensing plant. Okay, we are using the jet condensers. Okay, these condensers are not usually employed since the condensate collected cannot be reused in the boiler section. Okay, because it contains impurities like dust, oil, metal particles, etc. Okay, that means during the mixing of exhaust steam and cooling water, it consists of dust and oil, metal particles. That's why we are using this type of condensers in the small capacity power plants. See the next type of condenser we are discussed in previous slide. Okay, different types of jet condensers. Okay, one of the jet condenser is low level parallel flow type of jet condensers. Parallel flow means the hot fluid and cold fluid having the same direction of flow during the mixing. Okay, jet condenser means exhaust steam and cooling medium are mixing together inside the condenser during the flow process. Okay, see here exhaust steam enters into the condenser and cooling water enters into the condenser. Both are mixing together inside the jet condenser, and during the mixing process, okay, the temperature of the exhaust stream decreases and exhaust stream is converting into condensate mixture. Okay, which is the condensate mixture we are sending to the boiler section. This is the low level parallel flow type of jet condenser arrangement. Okay, exhaust stream and cooling water both flow in the same direction. Okay, if the direction is same, then the type of condensers are called parallel flow condensers. Okay, wet air pump is used to extract the mixture of condensate. Always we have to extract the condensate mixture with the help of a air pump. Always we are using the air pump in order to create the working pressure inside the condenser section. Any type of condenser need to have air pump. Okay, if there is no air pump, we are unable to extract the air pressure inside the condenser for creating the vacuum pressure. If there is vacuum pressure, then only the low pressure exhaust stream from the steam turbine easily enters into the steam condenser section. For that purpose, we are using the air pump. Okay, the mixture of condensate, air and coolant. Okay, this limits the vacuum created in the condenser up to 600 mm of Hg. Okay, based on the vacuum created by the condenser itself, we can justify the effectiveness of the condenser. Okay, low level counterflow jet condenser. Okay, the cooling water is supplied from the top of the condenser and steam from side of the condenser. Okay, see the arrangement. Low level arrangement type of condenser, counterflow type of condenser. Counterflow means both hot fluid and cold fluid does not have in same direction. Okay, see here in this arrangement also you can observe the exhaust stream enters from the steam turbine into the steam condenser, and we are introducing the water. Okay, both are mixing inside the condenser section. After that, the condensate is collected in the well. The condensate is collected here as hot water. Okay, that hot water we are sending to the boiler section. Okay, the direction you have to observe. Okay, from the bottom side the water enters, and here itself the exhaust stream enters into the steam condenser section. The direction of exhaust stream and flowing water is different. Okay, the exhaust stream flowing inside the condenser section, upward direction. Okay, in this direction, exhaust stream is flowing, and opposite direction, the cooling water is enters into the condenser section. That means both fluids are flowing in the opposite direction. Cooling medium is flowing downward direction, and exhaust stream is flowing upward direction inside the condenser. Okay, but in jet condenser, both fluids are mixing inside the body of the condenser device. Okay, the same working I explained here. Okay, the cooling water is supplied from the top of the condenser and steam from side of the condenser. Okay, that means both are in opposite direction. The water flows in the downward direction through a series of perforated trays. Steam gets condensed while it comes in contact with the falling water. Okay, the air pump always maintains the required vacuum in the condenser section and induces the cooling water to the lifted into the condenser up to a height of 5.5 meters. Okay, the excess amounts of condensate from hot well flows into the cooling pond by an overflow pipe. Okay, here also we are arranging the overflow pipe. Excess quantity of condensate mixture is stored in this hot well. We are collecting with the help of a overflow pipe. Okay, this is the schematic arrangement of the counterflow type of low level jet condenser. Okay, see high level jet condenser are barometric jet condenser. High level jet condenser are barometric jet condenser. If the pressure is high, that means barometric jet condenser means baro means atmospheric pressure. Okay, see the arrangement of barometric type of jet condenser. Okay, from the cooling part, okay, we are sending the cooling water to the steam condenser, and exhaust steam we are introducing. This is the direction of exhaust steam entering into the steam condenser, and exhaust stream is flowing upward direction and cooling water is flowing in the downward direction. During the flow of steam, okay, these two fluids are mixing together inside the condenser and air is extracted by the air extraction pump. After that, the condensate mixture is collected in the hot well section, and from the hot well, okay, we are using that hot water in the boiler section for generating the steam. Okay, this is the schematic arrangement of the high level type of jet condenser. High level type of jet condenser. Next one is ejector type condenser. Ejector type of jet condenser. Okay, in case of ejector type of jet condenser, see the arrangement. Okay, cooling water is flowing in downward direction and exhaust steam we are introducing here. Okay, both are flowing in the same direction. And convergent divergent type of nozzle we are using to collect the condensate mixture, and that condensate mixture, okay, we are using in our application for generating the steam in the next cyclic operation also. Okay, non-return valve. Through the non-return valve, we are sending the exhaust steam into the ejector type of condenser section. Okay, see the working principle also I wrote here. In this cooling, water enters from the top of the condenser. Okay, see clearly you can observe from the top of the condenser we are introducing the cooling water, and the steam, exhaust steam we are introducing through the non-return valve. Okay, centrifugal pump, and then it passes over a series of convergent nozzles, and finally it leaves through a convergent divergent nozzle. Okay, we are placing the convergent divergent type of nozzle arrangement inside the body of the condenser for increasing its velocity of the condensate mixture. Okay, no need to use another pump for increasing the velocity of flow. Okay, the non-return valve helps in preventing the rush of water from hot well to the engine in case the cooling water supply fails. Okay, if the cooling water supply fails, then there is no sufficient cooling water for reducing the temperature of exhaust stream. On that case, if the non-return valve stops the flow of exhaust stream into the condenser device. Okay, movement of the flowing water is used to remove the mixture of condensate and coolant from the condenser without the use of any extraction pump. The movement of in this case ejector means it ejects. Okay, the flow of water flow of water itself also ejects the condensate mixture from the condenser device. Okay, in previous case we are arranging the air extraction pump. Okay, in this case, in this type of condenser, no need to arrange air extraction pump. Okay, the flow of cooling water itself ejecting the condensate mixture from the condenser section. Okay, advantages and disadvantages of a jet condensers. Okay, in case of jet condensers, okay, these are very simple in design and cheaper. Okay, less floor area is required. Okay, the less floor area is required for jet condensers and very simple in design and cheaply available. The disadvantages is condensate is not pure, hence cannot be reused. Okay, pure condensate mixture we cannot produce. That means condensation is not completely 100%. Okay, low vacuum efficiency. Vacuum efficiency is lower for jet condenser. Okay, for that reason we are introducing the different types of surface condensers. Okay, in next session we will see what are the different types of surface condensers and how do we produce the exhaust stream from the surface condenser, how do we arrange the flow direction for the exhaust stream and cooling water to the surface condensers. Okay, thank you.